Hi, Chuck Vosberg here, and this is episode number 4 of the experience that Pat and I had with COVID. So, in the last one, I talked about how important it is to have a plan for your business so that your responsibilities can get covered while you're incapacitated. And fortunately, we did have a plan, and we had some really great people that helped us out, even more than I expected. So in this one, I wanted to kind of give you the rundown of our experience with the disease itself. So as you know from previous ones, and if you haven't watched the previous ones, I'd encourage you to do so. But Pat was slowly getting better. She had gotten over the fever, still had lots of fatigue, still had some occasional headaches, but she was gradually improving. And for me, I was just continuing to get worse. So Pat was on the phone with our doctor almost on a daily basis. The doctor was giving her instructions on how to care for me. And the biggest problem was the fever. We just had a terrible time controlling the fever on me. I was super tired and staying in bed for 90% of the time. And she had to, every 3 hours, day and night, wake up, take my temperature, and give me either Tylenol or something else, I forget what it was, to try and control the fever. So she did this day after day after day after day. I continued getting worse, so I went and saw the doctor. She listened to my lungs. She said they sounded good, but she was a little suspicious, so had an x-ray done, and sure enough, I had pneumonia. So now we've got, the COVID, the fever, got the pneumonia thing going on. Total change in the treatment plan. So embarked on the treatment plan. It involved using a nebulizer, which fortunately we already had here at the house, and more medications. And then slowly things started improving. Things started turning around. It was slow and frustrating, but it's just kind of weird to me how this disease affects other people differently. Pat and I had completely different experiences. Now, there was a lot of overlap. We both had headaches. We were both super tired. We both had fevers. We both lost our sense of smell for the most part. We didn't really lose our sense of taste that much, except for how the sense of smell affects it. And then it was just kind of varying effects from there. And then my sister was sick also at almost the same time. And she and I are so genetically similar, you'd swear we were twins, even though we're not. And she had yet a completely different kind of set of circumstances for her. So really, the thing we learned out of all this and talking with our friends and people online is that there's just no pattern to any of this. And that's what's frustrating, and I'm sure that's what's frustrating to the experts, because nobody really knows. Even after all this time, what we don't know could probably fill an encyclopedia. So I started gradually getting better, and during this whole time, the kindness of friends really made a difference. And I know I've told you this before, and I'm going to tell you again, that the people texting, people sending us little messages, typing things on social media, all those things just mattered so much to us. And it's I just can't thank all of our friends enough for everything they did. And even some people went so far as to, like, one of our broker friends from out of state actually found out what our favorite pizza place was, called the place, and had them deliver pizza to us here at the house from all the way out of state. And our corporate office, they sent us flowers and cards, and it was just so nice. All the friends and the colleagues, it was really heartwarming, because this is really the first time I've been super sick. And I managed to stay out of the hospital, barely. There were a couple times that were scary where I, for a very brief time, couldn't breathe. And those were really scary. Fortunately, I knew not to panic during those times and just kind of work through it. And that was at the doctor's instruction on how to work through these brief periods. But I have to admit, they were scary. And I felt like if I did go to the hospital, Pat wouldn't be able to visit, so she wouldn't be there to advocate for me. And I know they're understaffed and overworked at the hospital. So I was thinking, if I go to the hospital, my chances of getting better anytime soon were pretty slim. And that's just what I thought. It's probably not true. I don't know. I've got no way of knowing. But I do know that the people at the hospital are way overwhelmed right now. And fortunately, as I record this video, things are starting to improve a little bit here in Florida. And it's really good. So that's part 4 of kind of our experience. Pat was gradually getting better. I was going downhill fast. And it's really fortunate that Pat was better enough to where she could care for me. And that kept me out of the hospital. And I'm grateful to her and so grateful to have a partner. So anyway, that's part number 4. And I'll give you one last part. I wrote down a little list here. Oh yeah, some of the frustrations that I've had as the recovery's kind of dragged on. So anyway, I'll follow that up in another one. I'm trying to keep these little short segments so that they're easy to watch. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, if you need anything, give me a call. You can ask me anything. So thanks again, and have a great day. Stay happy and healthy. Bye-bye.